Noted for its majestic Himalayas, the abode of the gods, Nepal is a small and developing country with a glorious heritage of art, culture and religion. Landlocked between India and China, it has dramatic geographical diversity from the Gangetic Plains in the south to the Mount Everest in the north. Religion is deeply rooted in the Nepalese psyche, and the king of this only Hindu kingdom is believed to be the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Traditions, festivals, faiths and doctrines that exist in perfect harmony permeate every strata of Nepalese society so as to become the very heartbeat of the nation. Temples and monasteries dot every nook and corner. Devotees taking a dip in the river, unfurling a prayer flag or offering prayers. Religious processions and devotional sounds and music prevail everywhere. Kathmandu city, the capital of Nepal, became a melting pot for all cultural influences to smelt together and metamorphose, giving a distinct Nepali shape to all forms, ideas and sounds imbibed from all sides. It is said of Kathmandu that it has as many shrines as houses and as many deities as people, but it is undoubtedly the presence of the Pashupatinath shrine that bestows upon it the highest religious sanctity. The Pashupati area, of approximately 265 hectares, is a highly prosperous ancient religious site and is embellished with idols smeared with vermilion, festooned with flowers and decorated with burnished ornaments, carved and corrugated archways, old glory and dramatic appeal of wood carving, metalwork and stone sculpture, historical buildings and testimonials of great antiquity, a garden of pagodas and shrines, a holy river solemnly flowing through a narrow gorge, precipitous cliffs, caves and scattered jungles, delightful conglomerations of bright color, rich shadows, flickering smoke and sunlight, and pure devotion. The Pashupati temple, as the icon of Nepal and the Hindus around the globe, towers in this religious precinct as a symbol of unity and exerts a rare unifying force. The Hindus of the subcontinent have such immense faith in Lord Pashupatinath that they believe their pilgrimage to the four dhams of Dwarika, Badrikedar, Rameshwar and Jagannath to be incomplete without a final trip to Pashupatinath, making it the epitome of inextricable linkages between India and Nepal. Pashupati area is also the doorway to moksha, where an earnest Hindu desires to gasp out the last breath on the Brahmanal with his feet lapped by the swirls and eddies of the sacred Bagmati river. This final act of penance is felt to be a fitting preparation for the mysterious journey into the next world, for which a funeral pyre is built on the flat buttress projecting into the river. The religious, cultural, historical, archaeological and ecological significance of the Pashupati area make it an invaluable global asset. In 1979, this was duly recognized by it being inscribed into the World Heritage Site, signifying that it must be preserved as it belongs to posterity. However, strains due to urbanization are increasingly challenging the coexistence of age-long heritage of this unique meeting place of culture, religion and nature, with scars of rapid and unplanned development. People's greed for commercialization has resulted in encroachment by intrusive buildings, mostly illegal, of inappropriate design, excessive height and visible use of cement and concrete structures. Small vendors thronged the entire doorway and historic residences in and around the area were demolished to create more commercial space and complex. Not only have these detracted the sanctity of the most sacred place, but also led to congestion and afflicted the site with modern-day refuse. Thus, the preeminence of this spiritual center of the Hindus has been cloaked amidst the mists of time, its sanctity almost as if beckoning us again and again to be rediscovered so as to touch its devotees irrevocably. In 1988, the Pashupati Area Development Trust was established under the patronage of His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen as its chairperson to restore its lost glory. Based on the principle of the symbiosis of man, nature and culture, the Trust designed a 10-year master plan effective from 1999 at a total estimated cost of Rs 2 billion. After acquiring land in the core area, the Trust demolished more than 80 houses, thus exposing the historical relics hidden behind this mayhem. Plans have been made to rehabilitate the displaced families on the site that will be developed to represent a living museum. A harsh yet inevitable measure was also taken by removing the unauthorized families who had been living for decades in the parties and sattles, without due consideration to the important artifacts. Extensive restoration and repair works have been carried out on the derelict, overgrown, eroded and collapsed traditional monuments and historic buildings, taking care to reinstate traditional design and craftsmanship. The Trust has succeeded in stopping several aberrations that were detrimental to the sanctity of the area, yet much remains to be done to render the site to its original historical ambience. Recently, the Trust prepared a development plan and looks forward to entering into partnership with interested charity organizations, religious trusts, multinational companies, and all the Hindu devotees around the world to implement them. The development plan focuses on the conservation and preservation of religious and historical archaeological relics, artwork and fabrics, tangible and intangible testimonials, and the natural and ecological environment, first and foremost by giving a new life to the holy yet excessively polluted Bagmati River, and by creating a harmonious landscape to transform the riverfront and the entire zone and its surroundings into a vibrant experience with a ceremonial path and gate, gardens, including the Mriga Batika, parks and pathways, and recreational areas. It is encouraging that multinational companies like Dabur Nepal and Nepal Lever have already joined hands to develop and beautify some of the surrounding areas. A conducive environment to perform religious and socio-cultural traditions and beliefs will be given special emphasis. Most importantly, the ghats and the Kiryaputri Bhavans will be upgraded and expanded to perform the pre- and post-cremation rituals that have great sentimental significance. An electric crematorium will also be set up to reduce the use of precious firewood and contribute to clean air. The aura of a spiritual learning environment will be inculcated with the establishment of an education and research center with financial support from the Indian government. The institution will include Ved Vidyashram, a library, museum and a conference center in the Dev Udyan area. This will foster Hindu religion, Pashupati Mahima, Shiva Tattva and religious and cultural research. A symbiotic spiritual relationship will also be established by setting up a spiritual garden, a sanskar mandap, a yagya mandap, yoga and meditation centers and a series of chanting halls. Pashupati area is also home to older people who are destitute or wish to spend the final years of their lives in communion with and service to God in the sanctity of this holy site. The existing inadequate Vruddhashram will be relocated and upgraded to give our seniors their due respect. To further our traditional doctrine of Atithi Deva Bhava, facilities such as dharmashalas and heritage guest house, tourist information center, exhibition center, viewing towers, an amphitheater, flower shops, souvenir shops, shoe lockers, cafes, restaurants and shopping malls will be established and augmented for the convenience of the visitors, devotees and pilgrims. Along with basic infrastructure network, upgraded public amenities such as deck parking, covered bus terminal, fire and police stations, banks, post office, security center and other public utilities will also be added. The final tangible product of this development plan is expected to generate a unified and a dignified physical image of the holy precinct to give a lively as well as intense spiritual experience to the pilgrims. It will encompass all salient facades of our unique religious and cultural mosaic, which is, in fact, a spiritual legacy that must be preserved for posterity at any cost. Such undertaking may appear expensive and ambitious, but as a sacred pilgrimage site in the only Hindu nation and a spiritual center for all Hindus worldwide, the proposed programs are the least that we can jointly do to revive the spiritual legacy. This largely depends on the spontaneous, heartfelt and active support from all concerned. While thousands of tourists of the Indian subcontinent visit the site throughout the year, Pashupati Nath Temple becomes the nerve center of pilgrimage on the day of Shivaratri. The long-term goal of the Trust, however, is to elevate the status of the Pashupati Nath area as a major, exotic and esoteric pilgrimage site for the world's over 1 billion Hindus. As the legend goes, the Pandavas after the great Mahabharata battle were told that only by sighting Shiva would they be absolved of their sins, and it was at this very spot that they saw the Lord. Hence, this most sacred abode of Shiva, who is the god of gods, Mahadeva, merits a visit by all Hindus at least once in a lifetime to be truly blessed and cleansed. Pashupati area as a rich heritage site behooves on all of us to bring back its lost aura and to preserve our spiritual legacy as our founders wished it would be. Therefore, let us all join hands to protect, conserve and promote the holiest of all Hindu shrines. Our contributions will not go unheard by Lord Pashupati Nath, for he is the master of all human beings.